Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you have any questions or thoughts about anything we talk about here, please feel free to chat with me in the comments below. But I would also like to invite you over to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group. You will find a link to that in the description below. It is a place where we can continue the conversations we start here on the YouTube channel and also share pictures, which, you know, do thumbs up. I'm really so excited. Things have been going a little crazy recently because it's that time of year and you're like, what time of year? It is the time of year for the Indie Designer Gift Along. This is, I believe, the 6th year doing it. I mentioned it last year and possibly even the year before, but it's always new and exciting. So, you know, new and exciting video. What is the Indie Designer Gift Along? Well, it is a whole bunch of independent designers coming together to have an event on Ravelry, where we started a Ravelry group and we're all there. We want to talk to you and have fun with you and just have a huge knit along and crochet along, craft along. And what we decided, it would be a gift along. So it's a place where we can provide support to y'all as you are crafting away on your handmade holiday gifts. Now, I'm not saying you have to make anything for anybody. You can make it for yourself. We're 100% behind that. But it's a lot more fun when you do these kinds of things together. And honestly, it has gotten enormous. This year, there are 349 participating designers and thousands of y'all crafting along. I wanted to get this video out because the beginning part, which it started on Saturday, I believe, during this beginning part, there is a sale. Each designer has selected a set number of patterns to put on sale for 25% off, and they all use the same coupon code, which is GIFTALONG 2018. I'll pop it up here, and I will put a link in the description below so you can find the gift along on Ravelry and go and shop to your heart's content and use that code to get 25% off. Just literally thousands of patterns from all of these independent designers, so you can support independent designers and support your need for patterns because we all need them. But let me cut away. I'm going to show you with my fancy pants screen capture thing and walk you through a little bit more because it is very large and it can get slightly confusing. Okay, here we are on my computer screen. I'm gonna have to stop looking at y'all in the camera because I have to look at my screen here, but we will do our best. So if you're on Ravelry, of course, I'm going to put a link in the description below to take you directly to the group. But if you just want to go to Ravelry, what you would want to do is go to the Groups tab and then come over here and type in, let's see what happens, Gift Along. And there it is right there at the top, the Indie Design Gift Along. You can see here there's 12,000 members and that many posts. Now, most of the months this number is 0, but this month it's all crazy time. So you click there and here we go. This is the Indie Gift Along. What do you need to do to join? Well, the first thing you have to do to join is this. If you are not a member, says join this group. So you need to click it and join the group. Simple as that. Then you need to read all of this stuff. It explains it to you, but I'm going to give you also a rundown. And then here are all these pictures, which you can right click on one and save image as. And once it's saved on your computer, you can then use that as your Ravatar if you like. But that was just a little detail. It functions exactly like our normal Ravelry group in that there are threads here. And if, okay, I gotta be careful not to scroll too fast. There are tabs all along the top. This is the overview. Here's discussion that takes you into this, but that is the same on the overview. If you roll down, you get the same thing. Let's go back up to the tabs. Here are pages, and there's lots of interesting information. This gives you the information of the past events. 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't think we kept stats the first year, but there's all kinds of great stuff here. And there's a whole lot of things. The only big thing I'm going to show you here is the bundle, but we'll get to that. We're going to go back to overview. Now, if you're a chatter, you can go to the chat thread. One of the big important threads is right here, the announcements and map thread. When you click on that, our fearless leader, Nina, who is awesome, you can read all of this information. It explains to you what the gift along. Right now, one thing that you're going to be really wanting to think about is that this right here, the discount time period is ending on November 29th, right before midnight. So if you want to use the discount, you need to start filling up your cart. And then another thing that's important, so we've broken out the categories. There are a bunch of catalogs, crochet alongs, catalongs. What is a catalog? You just, oh my gosh, whatever. Meow. They're broken out into groups by what it is, like hat, shawl, cowl, garment, blah, blah, blah. So otherwise it would just be every single thread there'd be one enormous thread instead of a bunch of smaller threads, and everything would move too fast. So we've broken it out, and now we've got the sale patterns, but to participate in the knit along, any pattern that is paid pattern, well, technically the paid patterns are eligible for prizes. So if you want to win a prize, it needs to be a paid pattern. All of the patterns from any designer is eligible. If it's a free pattern, you are more than welcome to come in, knit along with us. It's just that if it's not a paid pattern, it's not eligible for a prize. And there are lots and lots of prizes. But any pattern by any participating designer, which we abbreviate PD most of the time, can be knit along and put into one of the threads. And this is going to give you links for you to go through, and you can use tags, and a lot of that's getting more in depth. I want to give you a basic overview. So here is the participating designers thread. And I've looked through the whole thing, obviously. We're at 15. And what it is each post is a different designer who is participating. And as I said, there are 349. And they've made these cool little collages. So you can glance at, get an overview of their style, and decide if you would like to look closer at their work. And what it is, it'll tell you the designer's name. And then this link will take you to their designer page. And actually, so I'm going to do it so we don't pop out. So if you right click on it, I'm going to open it in new tab. And there we go. We can see this, and we can see her gift along bundle. These right here for each designer is going to be what's on sale. But anything on her pages is eligible for participation. Ooh, look at those cool flowers. That's nifty. But let's go out of here. And so you go through and you can see that you can just scroll and look at the pretties and scroll and look at the pretties. And it's just absolutely amazing. There are, whoop, there's me. And again, let's jump to, we're going to go down here and jump to, let's pick a random page. 9. We're going to go to page 9. Here we go. More absolutely gorgeous stuff. So this doesn't really show you, He's funny. This doesn't really show you, oh, those are gorgeous. This, I'm getting distracted. Doesn't really show you everything. So you can go through and look here. And once the sale is over, you really are probably going to want to look at each designer more. But we're going to go back now. I'm going to go back here and click on that, which brings me back to this main page. And I'm going to show you something important. This here, right here. If I had a big crayon, I would draw a circle around it. This is the bundle. Right now, this is the discount bundle. Once the discount period is over, that will be swapped out for another bundle that will actually have all of the patterns by all of the designers, which is just insane. We're talking thousands and thousands of patterns. But this is the sale bundle. And you could just browse it, but you can see there's 128 pages, which might be a little bit of overkill. So what you want to do is come over here, right here, to this little magnifying glass that says advanced. And you want to click on that. Okay? That takes you to the advanced Ravelry pattern search. And as you can see, there are 128 pages of patterns for y'all to take a look at. These are all of the patterns. They're just the ones that are on sale. Once the sale portion's over and the new bundle is up, this number's gonna like quadruple. It's gonna be crazy, but crazy in an awesome way. Now, like all of the advanced search, you have all of these filters along the left-hand side. I'm gesturing with my hand, but you can't see what I'm pointing at. So you can narrow things down. There are more knitting patterns than crochet, but there is a distinct crochet presence, and we'd really like to get more designers. So if you're out there and you're a crochet designer, hit us up next year. But this is how you would narrow things down. What are you wanting to knit or crochet? So what you would do is go to category and decide what you want to make. What do I want to make? Well, I personally am the moderator, or one of many moderators, for the hat thread. So let's look at hats. So we have 947 hats that are all on sale. So I'm going to click on hat, and that is going to knock it down considerably, but you could pick whatever category you wanted. Now, let's further narrow it down, because 900 is still a whole lot, but oh my God, oh, look at that. Oh, see, now this is what happens when I do this. I have to click on things. Look at the cute birds. Oh, those are fabulous. I love them so much. This is really cool though, because you can see here she used like maybe multiple colors, but here's what it looks like. Solid, very cool, but love those. Oh, and this is my favorite, sandpipers. They're the funniest birds ever. So that one I loved. Oh, it's going to take a second. Now, I want to show you something. If you want to go here and click this little star, remember and compare, it will remember that you liked it. And, you know, you could just scroll through these. Look at that, off with their heads. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, you know what? It's another same. Apparently, I like this designer's work, and that is gorgeous. You know, different things grab different people's attention. So, you know, you got to look through it yourself. I've talked about these, the crowns on Triona's. Actually, I don't know if you can see this. This might actually be underneath my picture. Let me click on it. Look at the crown on that thing. It is amazing. But let's move it along, Barbara. Too many pretties. So what you might, the easiest way to narrow things down is to come down, and I think I went way too far. Whoop, it went fast. So you can use this thing, which is jump to a filter. Let's jump to, so we are going to look at weight. Probably the easiest way. If you know what yarn you want to use, then you can see, and there's 11 that are designed for any gauge, but let's say we want to make a bulky hat. Woohoo, bulky hat, because we want to knit this up fast because we got lots of heads to keep warm this winter. That is an epic fox. That is fabulous. So these are all bulky yarns, and so then you can look through it and see if they're cutie patootie. The baby pictures just kill me every single time. This one's got an awesome pom-pom on it. This is absolutely hysterical. If you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lovers, that would be an amazing gift. This kid really, he's like, really? We're doing this. I love that kid. I probably was that kid. But so you can narrow things down. So we have 2 pages of bulky hats to choose from. This is like pom-pom on the pom-pom. Look at that, guys. So it's got these little motifs. So it's like hats on a hats, and there's hatception. I love that. That is great. So one way, after you've narrowed things down by weight, another way you can narrow it further down is by, there's a place where you can do the typical number of colors used right here. If you wanted to do a multicolor hat versus, or if you really only want to see single color hats, you would click on that and it would narrow it down. And now we've narrowed it down to 1 page. Oh, silly old bear. Oh, that's a nice one. So you can go through and you can look and you can remember. Remember, we have the remember function, so we can remember that one. But let's say, well, let's go back to yarn weight. Let's say we wanted, let's say instead of bulky, we're going to do DK. So you select DK. Now it's going to show us DK and bulky, so I need to deselect bulky. And it'll only show us DK weight. Look at the crown on that baby. Look at this baby. So I think I have probably made it hopefully clear how you use the filter like this. The bundle, this, so let's say I want to clear the hat, clear colors, and only leave it on DK weight. So we're going to clear that. And now we're seeing all the patterns. There's 20 pages of patterns that are DK weight patterns. So again, you can continue to narrow down and continue to refine and just have lots of fun. So let me go backwards. Let's see, we can go back to the Indie Design Gift Along because I want to show you a few things, just a couple things real quick. So we picked out our hat. We know we're going to knit it. So we're going to come in here and roll down, and here is the hat thread. There's also a toys, sweater, foot, shawls, yada, yada, yada. So you go into the hat thread and you say, you can see right here, you say, please add me for whatever hat you've decided. And then what will happen is you come in and you ask to be added to the list. And then one of the mods will add you to the Gigantor list that we are building. And you will see, here's the list of all the participants and what they're knitting. So you can, apparent glustery blustery hat. What was that? See, look, and you can go, ooh, what is that? I missed that one entirely. So you can see what other people are knitting. People share their pictures, but you can see, and this is the biggest and fastest thread. So I'm showing you the good one. And you can see that all different people are knitting all different kinds of hats. And you just go in and you say, hey, I'm knitting this hat. And you can show your progress. You can, and once you finished it, you post a finished, me pointing at my screen again, you post your finished picture, okay, and say it's done. Once you finished it and you posted in the specific knit along thread that it's done, you go back and then you go to the finished objects thread. And the finished objects thread is where is it? There it is. FO, finish objects. And you click in there and you can see all the amazing projects. Look at him. That people have finished and they post. And this is a no chat thread, but you are welcome to click through and say, hey, we like this. See, look, you can cheer people along. So that is super fun. So that is a brief overview of the Indie Design Knit Along. What are the things you have to do to participate? Well, you have to click the button that says join this group. You have to knit a pattern from one of the participating designers. Well, at least you have to cast on a pattern. I'm not saying you have to knit it. And once you've selected your pattern, you go into the appropriate thread and you post your intentions. Oh, look, making little stars. You post your intentions and say, hey, I'm gonna knit this. Here, I'm going to make this, and people add you to the list, and then you post a picture when you're done, and Bob's your uncle. So I anticipate that there will be questions regarding this, so please hit me up in the comments below. I hope that cleared up any question, well, at least got you in the right direction, because there's so much stuff going on. If you have any questions, please ask in the description below. Go over to the Ravelry group and ask in the chat thread. Any mod is going to jump in and help you out, or chat with us in the Facebook group. But please come along. You don't have to join in the knit along, but really it's half the fun, and it's where you win all the prizes. So if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video to my channel, please subscribe and select notifications. Thank you so much.